This is a quite unique loudspeaker. As you can see, you can look through it. It makes it less obtrusive in the living room. It's a big speaker, but it doesn't look like a big speaker in practice. The reason for choosing glass, however, is a technical one. People think of glass as resonant material, like your windows and things like that at home. And not on this. It's like a solid piece of concrete. It's 90 millimeters, 3/4 of an inch, everywhere. It doesn't look like that because of the breaking in there. That's the nice thing about the light breaking in different directions. The other thing that you see is the odd shape. The shape is called arabesque. And we use multi-physics engineering to predict the sound waves internally. And the nice thing is, what you also see is that there's no dampening material. Dampening material you normally use to get rid of problems in a loudspeaker. If there's reflective energy from the rear, from the sides, it comes back with some delay. You know, if the sound wave on the rear will reflect to the back wall and mix with the original signal. So actually it's not so clear anymore what's happening in the music. So that's of course degrading the speaker. So then by filling it up with a lot of damping material, you absorb it. But all these absorbing materials have some delayed energy. That means they, after a while, release their energy again. So we have another kind of echo that we actually want to prevent. We don't want that. We use the multi-physics environment to calculate exactly the pressure wave, and they don't reflect back to the loudspeaker. So if there's energy, the rear energy always goes in this edge at the end, in this funnel, you could say. And that's where there's a little bit of absorbent material in the rear, and it collects the rear energy. Sometimes we call it the garbage bin, but it's not good for marketing purpose. So here, all the resonant things in the cabinet are collected at the end and don't get back to the loudspeaker. What is the advantage of doing that? First of all, it's nice to look at. That's actually a side effect. But the good thing is, there's no stored energy, so it will be very fast. It will be fast in the bass, in the mid-range, everything. Very nice is matched by a ribbon driver, which is quite special too. It uses an amorphous transformer. That's for technical guys, that's an interesting subject. It's very fast. It goes up to 100K, 100 kilohertz, 100 kilocycles. It has a very low distortion. It's a two-way design. Because of its length, we call this kind of line source. That means that it beams a little bit in that direction. If you stand very close to the loudspeaker, you will miss out the high frequencies. From 2 meters, or from the front row here, you have no power whatsoever. Because it's a line source, we also need to match it with a line source for the mid-bass. Why is that? Otherwise, the level would be dependent on distance. If you would sit further to the back, the bass would drop and the highs would be too strong. So if we both have a line source, there's a very nice balance. Wherever you are, you have the same frequency response. Very important in actual practical situations. It's not always like that. You can sit exactly in one position. You can sit anywhere in the room where you want, and everywhere you will have a nice stereo image. The outside, you see, it has nice curves, and the curves means that it has a good dispersion. Dispersion is very important also to give a comfortable feeling everywhere in the house. Many speakers are measured exactly right on the axis, so if you sit straight, they measure, the standard is 1 meter in front of loudspeaker. I've never seen anyone listening 1 meter at this height exactly in front of the loudspeaker. You don't do that. So it has to be an even frequency response everywhere in the room, and that's what this loudspeaker does. The bass is machined from one solid piece of metal. The metal that you see here is steel 360, which is a marine quality. It means it will never rust, not even under humid, salty air conditions. So that's because we want to have a product that lasts for 50 years, you know, without degrading. I think the rest of the story is that we demonstrate some things by playing music. Are there any questions?
That's the technical part.
Okay.
But you mentioned is that the shape is actually, it's a side effect that it's also beautiful. I have to add something to it because, you know, you have excellent loudspeakers from other brands, but many of them lack one thing, and that's nice aesthetics. So that's not only a side effect, it's also a very important part of the product. That we not only have excellent musical qualities and technical base and engineering, but also a unique product which is also beautiful to look at. It's an excellent high-end loudspeaker, but it goes further than that. It goes to design purposes and to people who are not only interested in high-end but also in the design and the look of the product. The other thing is you see the background as a concert hall. The speaker is completely see-through, so transparent. You can look any background you have. Our goal is this concert hall is that you actually listening to music, you forget the loudspeakers, how beautiful they also might be, and you only concentrate on the music. So that's what probably you want to do now. Play some music.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. van der Kley. My wife. She's responsible for Crystal Cable, for the development, for the designs. We have engineers, we have the engineering team, we have the design staff, and she's leading a bunch. Okay, let's play some music, but no, first, maybe some people have some questions. Who was asking that? No, we are still married. We don't have any problems. I mean, in the base. So in the top is 100K, 100 kilohertz. In the base it's minus 3 dB is 27 cycles. Yeah, and 20 cycles is minus 8. So only the very deepest bass rolls off. I will demonstrate to you that you probably don't need a subwoofer. I mean, it's not an easy room here. We have these cassettes. You know, it's all hollow and a little bit troublesome, but it's a show. But it still will do well in the bass, so we'll demonstrate it right now too.
Since you will be American, so if you want to keep it, then we use both of the cables. It's Siltech and Crystal.
There's no Nordos inside this. Yeah, I know. If you make me put off already. You have